to the second episode of our Community Kitchen Micf Bites. We're normally in the kitchen, but today we're at Bella Union in their lovely garden. We're going to see all of the acts at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. I think that's how many people I've interviewed. We've got a bumper show, so stick around. We're going to find out all about them. Hello, we're sitting here at Bella Union with John Hastings. Welcome.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Good. I don't know where to look. Cameras are
just everywhere, anywhere you like. Don't hide your flyer. You're here doing Best of Edinburgh Fest.
Guys, here I'm promoting the show I'm doing, Best of the Edinburgh Fest, with Chris Martin, Jimmy McGee, and me. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, that's a weird looking photo of you, John. Yeah, doesn't it look like I woke up after doing some sort of drug binge or something like that? But you know what you're saying? Bet you had a lot of fun on that drug binge. I did. So come find out if I have any observations. 7:15 every day at the Forum Theatre, except for Sundays, 6:15.
Hello, we're sitting here with Dilruk Jaisinger. How are you?
Very good. I'm happy you nailed my name.
I did. I learned that the first time I met you.
Yes.
I took a lot of time.
Yes.
Never stuffed it up since.
You 100% since then.
How's your festival going?
It's going good. It's going really good. It's been everything you expect a festival to be. It's been fun. It's been challenging. It's been draining. It's been enlightening. It's been
we are
engaging.
only in the first 4 days.
It's been crazy good. It's all the emotions.
I arrived on the day that my show started, so I've just been bam, 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 flyering, doing the show, just the whole...
How do you find a little bit of flyering?
It's soul destroying. It's just absolutely. And I've started doing this thing where I just hand someone the flyer and go, that's me. So if they reject it, it's like, oh.
That's the problem. I did not put my face on my flyer this year because it's too personal to hand someone your face and then they just go, nah, not that face.
The worst is but mainly people are quite nice when you say it's you, and they'll take it and put it in their breast pocket and then keep you forever.
Beautiful day outside. Can't wait to get out and do some stuff.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to, because I've been told this interview is going to be 9 hours long.
I think we've got a finishing time of 2, but if you want, I can stay around afterwards and film it on my iPhone.
No, I was going to go out and rent a sailboat and that sort of thing, so this seems more preferable.
Do you like to do a lot of sailing?
No, I was going to rent it to store some stuff that I have, some of my merchandise.
Just push it out into the bay.
Just get it away from the show itself, because it's not selling.
Ah, really?
Well, we brought 2 tons, 2 containers on a ship full of my latest album, hoping to sell them at these shows, and every night we cut the price another couple of dollars. Now it's down to $1 for the record. We still haven't sold one.
Oh man, what can you do?
I guess what you have to do is tape silver coins to the record itself and then sell it for $1.
Yes.
Then they're getting a rebate.
Smart.
Or I could just make a better record.
You do look very smart every time that I see you.
Thank you. I look smart, but I'm not smart. So thank you. Wow, that was a weird thing to say. Really self-deprecating.
It's very difficult to compliment comedians.
There's like
very difficult.
And there's such a thin line between funny self-deprecating and then it crosses this line and you
to
go on stage
gaping
sometimes
wounds
to
into
just like
psyche.
people go, ooh boy, he really hates that thing about himself. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How's your festival going?
Oh, it's pretty good, thank you very much.
Because last year went very well for you.
Yeah, it was a big success last year, and so now I have to ride the wave of like previous success in a new show.
How are you finding that?
It's kind of traumatizing. It's good, but it's horrible as well. Mm-hmm. It's just hard coming up with a new show. Yeah. When you've done really well. When you're bad all the time, it's really easy to come up with new shows.
What did you get nominated for last year? Do you want to just tell people?
Oh yeah, I got nominated for both the Barry and the Golden Gibbo Award, both of them. That never happens to anyone except me. But I didn't win either, so...
That's okay, but you got 2 nominations, I think, make like a win.
Like kind of a win.
Yeah,
exactly.
Good. You got the Golden Gibbo nomination last year, and this year you've picked up the Moosehead.
Yep,
so you've had some great development on the show.
Yeah, we've
How's
been
it going?
super lucky. It's been great. Like the Moosehead's been really helpful because it does a lot of things, like pays for the rego and all those sort of things like that, takes care of all the admin with it. We get a producer, but I think the best thing has been having a director. We've been paired up with Damien Callanan.
Excellent, we're going to have a chat with him in a sec.
Yeah, and he's so great, and I'm not just saying this because he's waiting slightly out of earshot. He's really great and gets our show, and it's been really exciting because it's the first time we've ever worked with a director.
Yeah.
And we were a little bit scared because you want to work with a director that will call you out in your shit, but also still likes your stuff.
Yes. So you work with Nicholas Johnson.
That's
right.
right. Yeah,
So
he's
the two
it's a
of
little
you.
double act.
Excellent. So what's this show about this year?
So it's sort of a show that explores psychological experiments.
Nice.
Basically, it's a bit like the movie Cube or Saw.
Totally safe in a high-pressure environment like a month-long festival.
Yeah. It's basically about two idiots trapped in a science lab being held captive by an unseen robot who gets them to do psychological tests so that they can learn a lesson about a wrong they've committed in the past.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. I think this one's yours. Just here if you want to know that anybody.
I'm totally professional, I can do this.
How is your comedy festival going?
Yeah, it's good. It's going really good. I love Melbourne. I'm so happy
It's
to
so
be
great.
down here. I've eaten too many pork buns already.
Where are you getting them from?
China bar. It's open too late.
Yeah.
Is the problem. So I've eaten, but I love Melbourne.
Tell us about your goth past because you are looking fairly summery.
I've gone summary. I've gone for Cuban hitman.
From what people can see, no one has any idea what temperature it is in this room.
It's
have a
cold.
big. Yeah, you're chilly.
But I've brought the heat with me. Look, it's good. I feel nice about it.
What's been ungothing you over slowly after the last
I'm just old.
years I've known? What's the cap? What's the cap when you're putting on eyeliner and your hands are shaking?
28. 28's the cap for me.
Goth cap.
Yeah, you got to find something else to do. I think. You don't want to be an old goth. It's very difficult to convince people you're a vampire if you look middle-aged.
Yes.
You know.
So you've got a show called Immigrateful
That's the one?
at Acme.
Yes, correct.
You got
Can we
those
talk
right?
about the title? The
Yeah.
fact that when I told you my original title, you look like you were about to throw up your dinner.
You'll paint me in a really bad light, but
But I was going to reveal the title so that people then know that you weren't completely off the mark.
okay.
Well,
so
the title that I was going to call it was going to be called, I can't even say it, I'm so embarrassed. It was
Say it.
called The Immigrate Fatsby. God, it's horrible.
And my very sensible response was,
You said something like, I'm trying everything I can to try and remove that from my brain. I think
Yeah,
something along
yeah.
those lines is what you said.
you've been killing it with some social media promo for your shows lately. How have you
Yeah.
been finding that? That's really great marketing.
It's been really, really good fun. It's such a direct response to what you do,
Excellent. So-
which is really cool. Yeah.
So Xavier's had these amazing face swap videos that you can watch on YouTube. What gave you the idea?
I was doing a lot of cruises and flying with Qantas, so I kept seeing the Qantas safety video, and I got to know it by heart. And so I thought maybe I could mime and just do the whole Qantas safety video, but I didn't have a good enough camera or the backdrop. And then I thought, well, I'm pretty good editing, so I could just cut out my face. And then after a couple of weeks of cutting it and blending it, and then I eventually worked it this way that I could, put my face on moving things. And there's always been that face swap meme online. People swap people's faces, so I just sort of thought it's like an extension of that. So, yeah.
What are you neurotic about? Because I'm also very neurotic and anxious.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't eat the bit of chips that I held by the chip.
What are you talking? Like when you're dipping it in ketchup?
So like fries,
Okay.
like pick up the chip,
Take.
eat it, and then put that bit that you touched away.
Let me throw this out. Why don't you eat chips with a fork?
Because sometimes you don't get that option.
What restaurants are you going to where they
Really
wouldn't provide you with a
terrible
fork?
ones. Like McDonald's or something like
They
that.
got forks.
They don't have forks.
Macca's has forks, bro. Like, just be like, yo, Ronald, give me a fork. I don't know if you guys have Ronald McDonald in Australia.
Yeah, we do.
You
He's
do?
pretty universal.
Weird. It is the most evil-looking mascot. Who represents your restaurant? Oh, this weird pedophile clown. He's the one. He's hanging out by the slide with his friend Grimace, and a burglar, and then a mayor whose head is a cheeseburger. Mayor McCheese. Did you guys get all the characters in McDonald's?
No, not Mayor McCheese.
You guys didn't have Grimace or that weird bird lady?
We have him.
I was at the bird lady.
I don't remember.
She was a pilot, but I don't know what meal she represents on the McDonald's menu.
Like these people could not have gotten any other jobs.
Imagine you're the the person who's been playing Grimace in those ads for like 15 years. They just sitting there with your agent. His name's Bill McCullough. It's like, Bill, they don't need Grimace anymore. And he's like, well, what am I gonna do? I only have large purple costumes.
What is the show about? We've
So the
kind
show
of
is,
bracketed that.
yeah, so it's about World War I, obviously. It's it's kind of the kind of bullshit version of Who You Think You Are to begin with, as I explore these family members who are in World War I. This photo used to sit on a mantelpiece at our home, but not at families' homes within our family, but no one knew who they were. It was like, oh yeah, there's those guys. So I kind of explore who these guys are, and then I kind of follow some fake leads and end up in an op shop in Warrnambool, and I find this diary, and I open up the diary, and then the show changes.
Whoa!
Yeah, planes start moving.
You've got extra plans because
plans.
you needed them.
And then basically I become all the characters in this diary. So
You used to live quite a corporate life.
I did.
I saw last year's show.
Yeah, I used to be a corporate lawyer. That's what my last show was
Oh
about.
man, how did you find that?
Paying $9 for a sandwich? No.
Well, you can afford $9 for a sandwich.
Yeah, and you feel like you have to spend the money because you're making it in such a soul-destroying way that you're like, I deserve this $9 sandwich. So I don't have that much money anymore, but I have so much more happiness.
Yeah, not as many sandwiches.
No, fewer sandwiches, but who wants a sandwich anyway?
I think I just found a place that really accepted me for who I am. So I grew up in Sri Lanka for about 19 years. For 19 years of my life I was in Sri Lanka, and then I came over here for uni, and but that was about 10 years ago, and I've stuck here since. And I realized that after coming here, all the things that I struggled with in Sri Lanka were accepted here because I'm essentially a bogan. Like I love
Well,
cheap
welcome
beer.
to the land of milk
Correct.
and honey.
Correct. I can walk around in thongs and tracky decks. I've flown on a plane in thongs and tracky decks, and no one looked twice. At least not to I didn't know they were staring at me. Whereas if I did that in Sri Lanka, they'll be like, I think a lot of my dad hates the way I travel. That I travel with just loose pants and
You got to though.
yeah, well, I figure it's a long flight. I just want to be comfortable. So those things like that I love about Australia. I love, beer. I love AFL. I love the people. There's just a lot that I've had here that I like, and I just kind of wanted to tell a side of Australia that I feel like, people are forgetting that there are actually really nice people in Australia, and sometimes they're really super nice to a shy little Sri Lankan kid and encouraged him to get up and do comedy.
I don't help myself. I watched the Departed. I started watching that at midnight. That's a 2.5 hour film.
Is it scary?
No, it's just a Scorsese film.
Okay.
So it depends what you think. If you don't like people getting shot,
scary. Nah, I don't like people getting shot.
bit scary.
People getting shot doesn't scare you?
No, I get scared. I get scared by monsters and ghosts jumping out, maybe.
Oh yeah, because that's
a scary film, right?
Ghosts have killed way more people than guns.
Well, gangsters and stuff. I'm not watching it going, oh man, this is gonna. If you're watching a film and going, this will happen to me soon, then that's what's wrong. Is I mean, that's not the right approach.
No,
it's more stuff that makes
not.
you jump because you're not expecting it in the film. But I definitely don't watch it going, that guy just got shot. Now I'm scared for my life, because otherwise I should never watch a film that is real.
No, definitely not.
People die in films and stuff like that. People get divorced. All kinds of bad things happen that
They
could
go
happen
on
to
really
me in real
long car
life.
journeys.
Yeah.
Too much.
All those things. So no, I don't get scared by that stuff.
What do you love about selling the world, performing comedy to lots of lovely people?
Where did you get the idea that I love anything about it?
No.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's been a lot of people's responses today, so I should have expected it.
It's something that you've got to do. I mean, I've been trained in this. I've been doing this for many, many decades, and there's really little hope that I could switch careers at this point and get into brain surgery or baking or something like that pays well.
Okay, if you pick one, which one? Baking or brain surgery?
In a sense, it's the same thing, because I believe when they transplant the brain, they have to heat it to a certain temperature in an oven.
To get it to rise.
So that it's the temperature of the body. I don't know if it rises, but that's it. I don't know, because I'm not qualified, because I'm not a brain surgeon.
You really have to start from scratch there. What's your favourite thing about Comedy Festival time?
My favourite thing about Comedy Festival is the people. Oh, that sounds super cheesy.
That's okay.
My worst quality is that I work too hard. No, that just you get to see all these amazing people doing what they're good at, and that's amazing. That's a beautiful thing.
Why should people come and see your show?
Because I want their money. No, why should they come see my show? Because I'm really happy with it this year. I think that it's like, I think it kind of shows where I'm at in life, and it's pretty fun. It's more fast paced, and then it has these like slower moments. I don't know. I'll probably change my mind tomorrow, and I'll say don't come to the show at all. But yeah, today I feel pretty bright and happy about it.
I've heard really wonderful things.
Oh, thanks.
So exclusively good word on the street.
They're all true. All the things are true. Yeah.
What do you do in your downtime? What do you do if you're trying to get away?
A lot of video games. And building things. I've just started building things out of wood.
Oh yeah.
They're not good. They're not great.
This little.
I built one of these.
Yeah.
Like something like that. But
they've got a few. They probably would have given you one.
I know. That's the thing. Like I built like a crate, and who was it? Someone said to me, "Do you know you can just get?" I think it was Nick Capper was like, "Yeah, because they're hard to find. Crates aren't anywhere. You can't get those just on the street."
It's like 3D printing a milk crate.
Yeah. It was really
I just needed one.
And it was I found a pallet on the side of the road, and then I turned it into a crate. So just like a one, and then also the pallet was all bent. So this is like perfect and straight. Mine sort of goes like that because the wood's all bent in the pallet. So yeah. But I'm learning, and it's nice. That's my photos of trees.
Fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, that is fun. What do you think people get out of seeing it? Why, like, if you were going to spruik it on that level, like, why should people come?
Look, it's really funny, obviously.
Of course.
But it's also, like, I love stories. All stories aren't just funny, and all stories aren't just sad. So this kind of, obviously it's about World War I, but I've created in a way that we kind of, when you get to the first sad bit, people still didn't see it coming. It's like, how did you not know?
It's a war.
It's a war.
They're
landing on Gallipoli. So it's got, but I look after the audience. There's like moments of like profound pathos. But then it kind of flips around, which is the nature of these guys' diaries. They used to write they'd write really funny accounts of things that happened. Then you turn the page and go, Macca died, like 2 words.
Yeah.
You go, wow. Like I just heard this hilarious story about him, and he's just gone. So the diary's like that. Like 1 minute, something's happening on a really profoundly sad level, and then the next minute they're playing Marco Polo on the beach while they're getting shot at.
Well, if you had an erection that you were worried that was going to go away, and you had a banana as well, I guess you've got to back up. You know, you want to.
This is getting too personal. The old man I was talking about was just a cartoon character. Now you're talking about me, and it's starting
not about you.
To feel very invasive. I wasn't told this was a probing type of show. I thought it was more
hard-hitting journalism.
A fun type of show.
It is fun. It is what you do for
fun. But it's not so fun when we get personal like this. What if I ask you if you ever had a bunion or a corn or any sort of foot fungus? You don't want to.
I've got like this weird wart that I got off a kid that I used to work with. It kind of sits on my finger like that and won't go away.
That wasn't a kid. That was just
no,
small.
Like kids have
those
little
person.
warts.
That was a little person.
That was definitely a child.
That was a little man. Because kids don't have warts.
They do. Kids have heaps.
35 and up. That's who gets warts.
Not finger warts. They get them all the time.
What is the term for them now? The smaller folks.
Children.
No, the adults, the ones with the mustache and the beard and the full pubis region and that whole thing. What is that called? That's little people, or you can't call. Well, I'm not going to say the things you can't call them because it's a long list. But yeah, you were tricked.
That was tricked.
That was not a child.
Oh man, I took him to the zoo and everything. It's been a marathon.
Or you run out of questions.
We've had like left. 15 or something.
Should I interview you?
Little nap.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I've talked to a lot of people for 5 minutes at a time.
I like that you've talked so long that you've lost a director and a camera over it. This is actually just now functioned by.
It's all filmed on my smartphone.
It's just a droid kind of going from camera to camera. And the ghost of the former secretary of the Victorian Railways Union, who died in 1911, is operating that camera as we speak.
And we're lucky to have him.
G'day, Jerry. How you going?
So, what's your favourite thing about the festival? We've had a chat
I
with
thought you meant in the world. I was like, oh, so much pressure. My favourite thing in the world is unlikely animal friendships, you know, like when a dog and a monkey. But anyway.
There's a YouTube video circulating at the moment about a little monkey patting some puppies.
I
Are you
know,
on
that's
that?
the best one. It's so good. And he's like
You're on
touching it like this.
Yeah.
And keeps trying to look at their faces. It's great. Look it up when you get home, guys.
Monkey makes friends with puppies.
Yes, it's really nice.
They're your keywords.
I used to not talk about my background a lot. I kind of deliberately. I can't believe I stumbled on deliberately. Undeliberately stumbled on deliberately. But
now I'm confused enough to let you have it.
Well, I deliberately didn't want to talk about my background because I felt that being from Sri Lanka, there was an expectation going, oh, this is, I didn't want that to be my thing. I was scared that people were going to laugh at the fact that I'm saying those things rather than it actually being funny. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's inherently interesting to hear someone's different backgrounds and different stories, so people will be naturally engaged. But I wanted them to be engaged just because it's funny. That's why I spoke a lot about jizz when I started, and I've dropped a fair bit of jizz on stages.
It's not a good
metaphorical, imaginary semen, but still semen nonetheless.
I know I was supposed to be looking down that camera if I have something to say to the people at home, but I like looking at the guy instead.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay, he's smiley.
Despite my kind of obsession with Ball 1, I'm completely quite compromised pacifist. No, I've never fired a gun, I've never even punched anyone. I've never sacked a village. Actually, no, Yarrawonga. That was a good Easter, I must say. But
recovering.
I like wearing military uniforms though, so particularly the old ones.
Oh man, it's so hard to get away with the outfit without declaring a war.
I know, but that's the only way I can do it. It's like, I'm the only member of my family to serve my country in TV sketch
I
comedy.
really like these hats with like the spikes on them. We just don't have anywhere to wear them.
I've solved that. I basically just write my shows based on what I want to wear.
Who should not come and see your show? What type of person do
Just
you not
jabronis,
want?
just people who like are gonna be annoyed. I don't know really. Just anyone who, I don't know. It's very very hard to say that. Just no one who's gonna sit there stroking their chin.
Okay, no chin strokers.
No sitting there going.
You're out.
Also, like. No one who's going to sit on the front row and look petrified for the whole show to the point where they don't laugh, which is very common in Melbourne. Anywhere else is not the same. Anywhere else that they're quite scared of getting picked on, but they don't let it ruin their night. In Melbourne, you guys really let it ruin your evening if you're sitting on the front, to the point where front row should get in for free. You just sit there not having a good time. Doesn't matter about anyone else in the room. So front row people,
right, be brave.
Relax a bit. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to be mean.
What do you like to do in your downtime? Get some rest?
Yep, I like to sleep. I love sleeping. I knit as well. I have an anxiety scarf, which every year I knit a scarf from the beginning of the festival to the end. And depending on how long it is how stressful a festival is. Because if I've had a fun festival, I'm running around town, meeting people.
Scarves?
I give them to my mother. She's loving it.
She's got a collection of anxiety scarves.
Yeah. So last year it was so big that it was a shawl. And
anxiety shawl!
So she was wrapping herself up in the warmth of my anxiety.
As long as you don't get to Doona territory,
no,
I think you're fine.
Once I start quilting, we got to leave comedy. Like that's the end of it, for sure.
I'm in the classy venue this year, so
we're
Town Hall.
Nice.
And I've been in all these other kind of like Portland, which are kind of nice but a bit grubby, which I usually can thrive in that, but it's now being in a place where I'm not doing a double bill with the room next to me. You can't hear the other show going on. That's very exciting. And it just smells nice in there. It smells like success. I'm not.
It's very noisy in here. It feels like we're in a bomb shelter.
Yeah, coming to you live from the Anne Frank suite of Bella Union. Oh, that was a bit full on.
Sorry, they'd be able to cut it because of the noise anyway.
Snippy. Are you having fun? Yes.
I am, yes. Fun festival.
What?
Yeah, cool. No, that's ridiculous.
Coming to you live from Noiseworks.
Rearranging the building around our heads.
Yeah. Are we in the block right now? I feel like we're in the block. We're just in the... Everyone else can hear it though, right? It's not just me. It's not just in my head. Well, thank you for having me.
Or you can go and ask whoever's drilling right now if you can borrow some of their tools.
They're building it for me now. I'm sorry about that, but I dropped by and said, "Can I just do a standing desk?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, we got tools."
Here's one we prepared earlier.
And they were like, "Aren't you doing an interview?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. We won't hear it." So I have to apologise for that sound.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We've got a little cat sitting next to you.
I'm wondering if I can pick him up or if I'll make him run away. Would you like to be my little friend?
Oh, whisperer.
Yeah. No. Are you into it? Not into it.
So right, I like before, apparently cats prefer it if you don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
So when it was coming across in the shoot with Susie, we were ferociously ignoring it, which just made the situation worse.
I know that that's what you're supposed to do with cats, but I can never do it because I have no self-control.
Well, it's out of shot now, so we've succeeded at least
Bye,
a
cat.
little bit.
I'm sorry. I love you.
So yeah, probably having like that improv background has been really fun to play with audience members.
You got a cat.
And also I attract animals. I've got like
It's really taking advantage of your wide shot there, I think.
Are you serious? Upstaging me right now? We spoke about it earlier, but she just won't. She's stubborn, basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah, her name's Matilda, in my imagination.
And let's talk, there's a cat here, guys.
There's
you can't
a cat.
see it, but it really scared the shit.
It's all right. You've got your fire escape. Go.
Are you the murderer dressed as a cat? Are you
Definitely
the whistler?
whistling.
Whistler. Oh, he stopped. Oh, fuck. Oh. The interview's not over.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for having a chat with us.
Thank you so
Get out.
much.
Get out to your boat.
It's not my boat. I'm renting it and I'm storing things in it.
Fair enough.
I'm not going out on the water.
Thank you so much for having a chat with us.
No
We'll
worries.
let you get back to your woodworking.
Thank you.
Go borrow some tools.
Yeah, I'm going to get through that now.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
let you finish off with whatever occult ceremony you
Right.
have to do.
I'll just wander off on camera, shall I?
Yeah, 9 a.m.
Just in front of you.
You don't have to. They usually cut about there. Thank you so much for having a chat with us. I'll see you around the town hall with our sad face flyers. So beautiful. Bye. Thank you for watching Community Kitchen, our MICF Bites edition. You've seen heaps of comedians through these interview halls today. They're not really halls, it's just a bench. So get out and see their shows, have a really good festival. We'll see you next week.